So they've lost 2 running backs and a quarterback in the first 2 weeks of the season.
I just told you yesterday he had a good game. He was running. I just don't get it, man.
I'm telling
what's
you,
in the water?
I'm sticking to my theory.
It's football.
No. My theory is that I
think
hard.
the
49ers running backs run harder than most running backs.
Yeah.
And I think the 49ers are more physical than most teams. And I think look, George Kittle goes out and seeks contact.
Okay, I got something for you.
Deebo Samuel, goodness gracious, does he take hits? I mean,
then why the problem on 4th and 1s? Why does the head coach get too cute / offensive play? Like, why don't you just
a different question.
Run it up in there? Malachi Crunch.
By the time the 49er running backs hit the line of scrimmage, they are running almost at full speed. They don't dance in the backfield.
You think they know it? I asked you. The strength and conditioning.
I think that's the only way you play on the 49ers in the backfield is if you run like that. I can't believe
you just said he's add him to the list. You won't see him Sunday night in Denver.
No. So maybe I don't.
Ain't no Steiny.
Or just think of all those hard slants they like to run with Garoppolo.
Yeah. But when I brought that up a couple years ago, bah humbug.
Brought what up?
Like the running backs, is it their scheme that they're dropping like flies?
You never said scheme. You kept saying water. See, you didn't try to really examine it. You just said, "What's in the water?" I went to examine it, and I figured out that that's my theory about it's the way Kyle uses those guys. Mm-hmm.
I'm lazy today. I'm gonna let you go ahead with that one because I brought up the strength and conditioning. Like, do they need to look at them?
Totally different.
Hamstring, soft tissue
injuries.
Not
that. Oh no, they got a great training staff.
Right. And by all accounts, I think they brought in a new staff.
Don't know.
Yeah, we waiting on Ross.
No,
that's a flag on me.
He's at 1:30.
No.
Let's go to Johnson. Johnson's in the city. Wants to talk about Tom Brady. Why?
Yeah, thanks a lot, fellas.
Sure.
Yeah, I wonder if Tom Brady was here, if he would have got Kyle Shanahan fired or demoted, just like he did with the head coach at Tampa Bay. I mean, it's like Kyle Shanahan is the only offensive coordinator I know that it doesn't use the deep ball threat. And I almost think that's part of the reason why we have injuries. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I don't know why the 49ers have so many injuries. I just threw my theory at you. It does seem like, let me ask you this.
They went
49er
up top
fans,
in the Super Bowl.
888-957-9570. Does it feel like Kyle Shanahan is hard to play for if you're a quarterback? If you're a quarterback, I think Shanahan is hard to play for. I just think he demands so much out of. Here's what I think. I think he's kind of looking for a quarterback that might not really exist because he wants them to do so many things and process things so quickly. And so because they can't meet that standard,
well, that's not a turnoff to me, Steiny, because I keep going to our basketball coach here, Steve Kerr. Like, I kind of like that from my coach. That, Popovich, like Phil Jackson.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to be honest with you.
I like that stuff if that's the case. Look at Matt Ryan. He ain't been the same since the departure of Kyle.
I'm going to say this.
RG3's rookie year.
I'm going to say this. Tom Brady and Kyle Shanahan would not have worked.
And maybe that's why they didn't pull the trigger.
Tom Brady would have been like, "You're kidding me, right? This guy's kidding me, right?" I'm sorry.
No,
but he would. He's got 7 Super Bowls. He's older than Kyle Shanahan, Tom Brady.
Or, hey, we should run this or keep running this. Remember the honey badger, the gift basket? And that was only one message. And what about Jimmy after the game? Did you hear the sound? I just run the play. We just run the plays there. Whoa.
He's just following orders. You ever see Hogan's Heroes?
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Listen, okay, tell me if you hear this.
I could name a person on there.
Listen to Shanahan when he says you get hurt more when you sneak than when you drop back than sneak. Just listen to something.
Actually, a drop back play is more risky than a quarterback sneak. So those are the things that really confuse me. I mean, I see guys get killed in the pocket on dropbacks, and I've never had a quarterback get hurt on a sneak before. It doesn't mean it can't happen. It is football, and that's what I mean by that. You can get hurt on any single play. It seems that we only get interested when he's carrying the ball of where he gets injured, and that's the whole thing, that there's a risk-reward with everything. But, I mean, to now throwing sneaks in there, too, because of a time in the game is really surprising to me.
Really surprising. He's jabbing a couple times. Listen to
look at you. He went Thomas Hearns.
Can you? Hey,
shut up.
No.
That was a joke.
Evan, if how do I stop it? I'll click it once to start it, and then what to stop it? That's the one,
dude.
Listen to that.
Yeah.
Like after he says, "You get hurt more driving back." Take a listen. Like that's what he said. It's pretty amazing.
I'm gonna do something.
Like that is condescending. Laughing at, I don't know.
The great Denzel Washington won his only Oscar doing the movie Training Day. And there was a scene, Steiny, he was a dirty cop.
Okay.
And he would let all the gangbangers get in trouble, let them go, whatever. And he had lost the confidence in the neighborhood, and he was yelling, "I'm King Kong!" And everybody was outside in their robe in their pajamas, but they
lost it.
He lost. That's Kyle's moment doing it. Like,
not yet.
No, it is, Steiny. He's running material, but he's running material because he knows this, like, he's losing something, and it may be confidence, but when I hear that, like, you got to really tell us, ball coach, that running the dude's getting hurt on the quarterback keep is different than in the pocket. No, duh. Dude, like, he's on a terrain. He's not, he knows, Steiny, he knows stuff's hit the fan or he stepped in.
I got to believe,
I'm going Jeff Garcia with the step.
I kind of think so, too.
Play it for me one more time.
Well, here's what Kyle Shanahan said. The question was, "Hey, Kyle, I got another running back question for you, or running question for you."
Actually, the more the better, so I can help educate.
What? See, it gets worse when you help educate.
That's what he said. Wow. That's what he said.
Wow. the professor. How many credits is his class?
So it's funny because he says he tunes out
the draft.
So how does he know? Like, that's the thing. Stop saying,
right,
we don't pay any attention to that in the building, and then respond to the sentiment, which you know is out there.
Man. That's just wow.
That
takes a lot of gall, Steiny.
I'm going to say it one more time because this is what I did want to talk about for a lot of the show. This could all work out perfectly still for the 49ers. I mean, I think Kyle Shanahan is in a little bit of a pickle.
You, though, Steiny.
I think every
this Trey
49er
Lance getting hurt will never go away.
I think 49er
and him being named
fans
starter will never go away.
I think 49er
fans. It was blatantly wrong, and you did it for your selfish reasons.
A Super Bowl won't cure this? A Super Bowl this year will not cure the angst and anger of the 49er fans?
If Trey Lance,
it's going to be Garoppolo.
Yeah, but it'll put deodorant and cologne on it, but this stench won't go away.
Nope.
Yeah, Steiny, you left camp. You left camp knowing you had a liability at quarterback, or you weren't starting the best quarterback. You got to pay for that. Now, and I think confidence from Niner fans, I'm listening. I'm watching Comcast Business Text Line, Twitch, YouTube, the national shows. They're going in on Kyle for even breaking camp with Kyle as the starter, and then not telling us this kid wasn't ready to throw the ball. And for the people in the back that don't think they're buying, how do we know he wasn't ready to throw the ball? You haven't come up with a plan that let him just throw it. You never let him chuck it around the yard.
If Jimmy Garoppolo wins the Super Bowl with the 49ers this year,
I think he becomes
all
embarrassing.
Good.
Yeah, no, it's
embarrassing
that you got bailed out when you shouldn't have. You said bye-bye to the dude that saved your ass.
You did, but they came back. I mean, Guru, you can think whatever you want to think, but the narrative is going to be this was a genius move. And you know what? That's what I mean. You can criticize it all you want, but guess what? The first-year guy, second-year guy got hurt. They had a backup, led him to the Super Bowl. That was their contingency plan. That's what happened. You won't be able, and that's what I mean. If that happens, I'm not going to not give Shanahan credit.
And you know what? We got to give him credit for the bowl victory if it's with Jimmy. But you know, and I know, Steiny, what went down.
That's fine.
And how Jimmy was. They said, Kyle, bye-bye.
But that's how you survive it.
Okay.
That's how you survive an awful mistake. If Trey Lance is a bust and they win the Super Bowl this year with Garoppolo, then I think.
And what if Garoppolo leaves town? And then now you run Trey back out here next year at this time, and they're 1-3, and he looks like, oh, it's going to be a few more years. Well, then who's coming through that door?
Well, then I say
Jimmy ain't.
Well, then I say if I'm Kyle Shanahan,
I got a ring.
I say 3 out of the last 4 years I was in the NFC Championship game.
I hate
we won it last year. We're moving off Jimmy. We got to take a little step back.
Even if it wasn't Kyle, if it was Steiny or Tony, somebody I don't even know, I would hate that they could use that in this process and not own that they messed up.